Hi all. So AR, Sony. Okay, right. So
let's wait for about. Let's wait until
okay.
because I think you more.
Okay, shall I start? Wait for some more time.
Yeah, you can go ahead and start.
Okay, right. So hi everyone. So my name is Suresh. Okay. I have almost 15 years of experience as a trainer right now. So before going to the okay. So first we'll see what is C language and what is the C++ and what is the difference between C++ and Java. Okay. So how many of know about the C language? Yes. Yes. How many know C language here?
I just know that it's a programming language.
Yes, correct.
C sharp and stuff like that. That's all I know.
Correct. Still. Yes. Okay, right. Now see. So C is a, okay, it is structural programming. The difference, main difference is here. So what is structural programming language? What is object-oriented programming? Okay. So C language is, okay, structural programming language. It is structural programming language. Programming.
What is structural
I'll tell
programming
you. I
language
will tell you.
means?
I'll tell you. Okay. I'll tell you what is structural programming. Okay. So okay. Now the main difference with the structural and object oriented program, if you understand, so we can understand why we are moving to the object oriented programming rather than structural programming. Now we'll check it. Okay. Right. Now see. So and also it is, okay, procedural language. Procedural language. Procedural language. Procedural language. Okay. Now, what is structural language? So why we can call it as a procedure language? I will explain step by step. Right? Now, observe here structure of the C language. Structure of C. Documentation. Pre-processor statement. Global declaration. Main function. Local declaration. Programming statement. Calling function. User function 1. User function 2. Observe here, this is the structure of the C language. That means you have to follow some sequential step of programming. Okay, we have to follow some sequential step of programming. Okay, first documentation if required. This is not mandatory. If required, we can use the documentation. Then pre-process statement, global declaration, pre-process statement, global declaration,
Can
main
you explain
function.
what that means? Hello.
Yes, tell me.
The global declaration, what does that include?
I will explain. I will explain everything. I will explain step by step. Okay, right? Then local declaration, programming statement, calling function, user function 1, user function 2. I will show the program also. Now, so what is documentation? For example, I want to specify. Okay, I want to specify. Okay, what type of coding I am writing. Okay, what type of structure I am going to write here. So whatever I want to do in the, okay, programming, just I want to do just documentation. So if I do the documentation, it cannot accept because so except keywords accepted by the program, then only, okay, we can use. If I want to use, okay, other than those, what happens? It shows the logical error. It shows the logical error. It shows the logical error. So therefore, what will happens? Okay, therefore, what will happens? Okay, I have to specify the, okay, I have to specify this is, okay, documentation. For that purpose, we require, okay, comments in C#.NET or in any language. Okay, in C language and C#.NET or in Java or in any language. Okay, any language. Okay, we have same comments. Observe here. This is the single line comment. Single line comment. If you use this line, this comment, that line will not, okay, that line will not, okay, considered by the compiler. Considered by the compiler. Got my point? Kumar, got my point? Okay. That, okay, right. That whatever the line is not considered by the compiler. For example, I'm writing something that is not considered. Now I want to write more than one line. I want to write more than one line. Okay, simply I can write any number of lines at the end of the, okay, documentation line, then I close this, okay, then I close this. So this is about so documentation. Okay. So next, pre-process statement. What is pre-process statement? Generally, people are thinking this is completely the statement completely called header file, but actually I will explain clearly what is this statement. Okay. Now this part is called header file. Header file is nothing but a library. Okay. Predefined library. It contains the libraries. Okay. And ash include. Ash is a preprocessor. Used for. Ash is a preprocessor used for. Okay. Used for including predefined libraries. Hold by predefined libraries hold by. Okay. Header file. Okay. Header file. stdio standard input output header file. Okay. Having printf and scanf. Okay. Functions that is including by the ash. That means if I use that line, then only I can use printf scanf into the main function. Okay. Next, global declaration. Okay. See, before going to the object oriented programming, so we know about the functions actually. So what is the function? Okay. When we use the function, okay, or when we use the structure, or when we use the enum, okay, so we have different okay, so different blocks, actually you can call it as a blocks. Those we have to write outside the main function. These are also just like a main function. Okay, so anything we declare outside the main function is a global declaration. Usually we are declaring okay, uh, function, structure, enum, union, like that. Okay, right. So those are declaring outside the main function. Right? Now those we can use into the main function, where whatever the reference variables of the okay, structure, union, enum we can use. And function, only declaration will done above the main function, and we have to define okay outside the main function. Those functions we have to call from the okay main. I'll show the program for this all. Okay. Now, anything if you declare inside the main function, then that's called local declaration. This is okay, just like a logic what we are writing here. Understand, everyone? What is the structure of the C language? I will explain the program on this. You can understand clearly. Okay, now see. Okay, right. Now see. Documentation if you want to specify. For example, print hello statement. Okay. Using C program. Completely okay, it's completely a statement. So this is not okay available in the C language. Okay, just I leave it. Okay, now ash include stdio.h. Okay, now see, main function. Inside the main function I am writing the print statement. So print okay, welcome to okay Suresh class. Okay, welcome to Suresh class. Now just end with a semicolon. So I'm trying to execute this program. Run. Yes, what are the errors? So I'm creating a new folder here on the desktop. New folder 830. example, C source file, save. Now we'll get some errors here. Okay, so observe here. So this is not identifying unknown type name statement. So that means this line is not identified by the compiler. Therefore, I don't want to execute that line. Why? Because just I am describing the program here. Just put the comment double slash. The double slash in the sense comment. Okay. So that doesn't consider okay by the compiler. Therefore, execution is done. Welcome to SURESH class. The output is printed on the right. For example, just now you told the global declaration. What is global declaration? If I want to declare okay any function, I have to declare outside the main function. That I have to define below the main void sum. Here I am doing something like okay addition operation, sum operation. Okay. A is equal to something, B is equal to something, C is equal to A plus B. Printf percentage D, comma C, comma C. No. So this is a declaration, global declaration. I am declaring a function. Here I am defining the function, and then I have to call the function inside the okay main function. So these three things we have to do for the function. So this is called global declaration. Yes, AR. So what is your full name? I don't know. Yes, AR.
Yeah. What's that percentage D on the line?
Integer. Actually, in C language, so we don't have intelligence. That's why we have to specify the type of data also in printing statement. So when you go for the C# or Java, we don't need to specify the why because those are intelligence actually. Data type, which data type I am using here. So no need to specify in this print statement in feature language, object-oriented language. In structure language, you don't have intelligence. That's why compulsory we have to specify the type of data. Which type of data is a C I am going to print, that I have to specify. Got my point?
Oh, it's an integer, so that's why you're
Yes.
specific.
Integer means digit. Okay. Integer means digit here actually, right? That's why I have to specify the percentile. So same thing I can declare in the Java or C#. No need. Why? Because those are object-oriented programming. Okay, those are have some intelligence. Okay, not required. They can identify the which type of data we are using. Got my point? Yes.
Okay.
Now observe it.
SOS.
Yes.
So this is C language.
Yes. Just I am comparing C, C++, and C#.NET. For your understanding.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
Got my point. See, actually, we are coming from the structural language. What is the structural language? What are the disadvantages of structural language? And then why we are moved to the object-oriented programming language. So even though we have C, C++, okay, why we are moved to the C#.NET? Okay, not only C#.NET, any server-side technology. Okay, see C#.NET, Java almost same. Only the difference in the okay technology and syntactically the code. Okay, the ultimate aim of the C# and Java is both are same. So only the difference is in the syntactically and writing the code. See that the thing here we have to understand. Okay, so what is object-oriented programming? Okay, why we are moving to the object-oriented programming? Either C#.NET or Java, even or Python, any language is C# object-oriented programming language. So what is the difference from the object-oriented programming with structural language? I want to explain. Okay, now observe clearly here. Observe clearly this program. Okay. Everything executing by the main function, executing from the main function, executing by the main function, executing by the main function, and executing from the main function. Now observe here. So point number one here, the main disadvantage I have to tell. The point number one, startup by the main, comma, memory, okay, memory also provided by the main function, and execute code by the main, call function by the main. If you have structure, okay, executing by the main, If you have union, executed by main. That means everything is executing by the main function here. Just like, okay, just like human heart. See what the human heart will do. So for every part, okay, so the blood is circulated from the heart only, right? Once heart stopping the functionality, what happens? Okay, the human body will not execute. Okay, same thing here also. Allocation of the memory, execution of the code, calling a function, start up the main, and even we have write plenty of code in the main function. Because of these all, the burden on the main will be increases. To avoid that, okay, we are moving to the okay, object-oriented programming rather than structural language. Object-oriented programming rather than a structural language. Got my point? Yes.
Can you like summarize it, please, once again?
Okay, I'll tell you. So observe here again. Just check it this structure. Okay. So check it the structure, and I will explain. And again, see the program. So C language is a structural language, structural programming language. Remember, every language is a programming language. Okay, whatever we are discussing now, whatever you are learning, every language is a programming language. Either C, C++, Java, C#, Python, even PHP, all are the programming language. The thing is here, which type of programming language? We have to, okay, which type of programming language we have to, okay, select. That is a different case. Okay, now the first programming language is, okay, a C programming language. It is a completely structural programming language. Got my point? Okay, structural programming language is simply everything depending upon the main function. Got my point? Yes. Understand everyone? Anybody has doubt? Structural programming language has to follow the structure. That means start up the programming by the main function, execute code by the main function, allocation of the memory done by the main function, and calling the functions also main function. Whatever you use, outside or inside, everything has to execute by the, okay, main function. Clear? Understand? Yes. Clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now, so we have some disadvantages just now I told. Okay. When we increasing the code in the, okay, C programming, when we increasing the, okay, logic inside the main function, so like 100 lines of code, 200, 300, 400, 1000 lines of code, slowly the burden on the main will be increases. One point of time, okay, the program may not execute. Okay, to overcome those, okay, problems, we are moving to the object oriented programming structural language. OOPS language, object oriented programming structural language. So the basic and first, generally people are thinking C++ is the first object oriented programming. Okay, we'll check it. What is the difference between structural language and object oriented language? So everybody understand the structural language? Yes. Can I move to the object oriented programming language?
Yes.
Okay. Now see. So object oriented program. What is there in OOPS language? Object oriented programming structural language. See, every language is a programming structural programming language. Okay, structural programming language. So here actually object oriented programming structural language having class and object. Now observe here. In OOPS language, object will do main role. Object will do main role. That means whatever the work just now we done with main function, everything will do by the main function. Everything do by the object here. How it is possible, I will explain clearly. Now, whatever the logic, write, okay, whatever the logic, write under the class in the form of methods. In the form of methods. Whatever the logic, right? Okay. Whatever the logic, right? In the form of methods. Methods are calling by object. Methods are calling by object. Okay. Object declare in main method. Object declare in the main method. Sorry, object declare in the main method. Observe here. In OOPS language, object will do the main role. Whatever the logic, write under the class in the form of methods. Okay. So methods are calling by the object. Object declaring the main function. Object declaring the main function. Okay. Right. Now, observe here clearly. So class followed by the class name. Class followed by the class name. Inside the class, we have to write the methods. Okay. Return type. I will explain later. No need to remember these all. I will explain later. As of now, just I am giving the introduction to the OOPS. Okay. Later, when I go for the object-oriented programming, I'll explain clearly. Don't bother about this. Okay. Method name. Okay. Statement. Okay. Class followed by the class name. Return type followed by the method name. Statement. Okay. Statement. So this is how to write the class and method. Now observe here. In the main class, this is called main class. Under the main class, we have main function. In the main function, we are creating a reference variable for this class. Reference variable. Okay, that reference variable is called object. Okay, class name followed by the object name is equal to new class name. So now the object, whatever the object name, will call the method. Before, main is calling the method. Main is allocating the memory. Okay, main is executing the code. Now, okay, reference variable, we can call it a reference variable, just like a nickname. Okay, so generally, my name is Pamalapata Venkata Suresh Babu. So nobody calling with that name. So people are calling like Suresh, Suri, like that. Okay, those all are my names soon. Here also, for the class name, I am creating a reference variable. We can call it as an object. Through that object, we can call the method of the class and allocate. So the new keyword used for allocate runtime memory for that class and execute the method also done by the object. Now observe here. Object calls the method, provide the memory allocation, execute the method. Before, main function do the same. Observe here. Main function do the same. Main call the method, execute the method. Okay. So, and allocation of the memory also done by the main function in the structural language. Now in object-oriented programming language, main just start up the program, remaining everything do by the object. For one class, we can create any number of objects, and each and every class we have to create an object. Observe here. If I take one more class here, for that class also we can create an object. Okay, class name one, okay, and for the class name one also, okay. So I can create an object. Observe here. Observe the difference here. Okay, now for each and every class, that's why there is no burden on the object. See, actually in the structural language, we have only one, okay, one main function. That main function has to do all the things. Here object will do the whatever the work of main, but we have different objects. For one class, I can create any number of objects, and each and every class you can create objects. Sometimes, if I have any method in the main class also, for the main class also we have to create an object. For the main class also we have to create an object. Okay. So other than main function, if you have any other method also, in this case I have to create object for the main class also. Got my point? Yes. Understand? So M is equal to new. With the help of M, we can call the method. So object-oriented programming means simply we have to do everything with the object. Okay, everything, allocation of the memory, calling the method, execute the method. Okay. Okay, right. Understand? Yes.
Can you explain the last part? Like we need to create a
Object.
object for the main class?
Yes. See, sometimes if required, other than main method, we can write the methods also outside the main method inside the main class. Therefore, what we have to do, we have to create object for the main class also, not only for the external class. For the main class also, we can create an object other than main function if you use. You got my point? Generally, we are writing the main methods inside the main class. If required, we
So
have
you
to write
basically
the. Yes, tell me, Kamal.
so you basically mean like we have to create an object whenever we create a class?
Whenever we create extra method, that means generally the main class, okay, execute the main method only. Sometimes we write the other than main method. Directly we cannot execute. Every class object has to declare in the main method only. If I want to execute other than the main method. So main method is a predefined method. Here actually, when you go for the C++, compiler will directly execute the main method. Other than main method, if I am trying to execute, that's not possible. Therefore, what happens? Compulsory, we have to create an object for that. Clear? Understand? Yes.
Yeah. Method. Yeah,
Clear.
I got it now.
See, actually, I will explain again this all concept just only for the comparison. I'm explaining this way. Now we understand what is structural language and what is object-oriented programming language. Okay. So one more point. The session is ending by 2 minutes. Actually, please join again. Okay. Please join again. Right. Everybody getting my voice, right? Yes. Okay. So after 2 minutes, the session is ending. Please join again. Okay. Because Zoom allows only 40 minutes session at a time. Okay. If more than one person, right? Please join by after 2 minutes. Okay. After closing the session, please join again. Okay. Right now. So with the C and C++, with the C and C++, with the C and C++, we will develop the UI applications, command user interface. That means command prompt based application we can develop with the C and C++. If you want to develop, okay, UI applications and web applications. UI applications and web application, we have to move any server side technology, any server side technology like so Python, Java, C sharp. These are the three languages we have in the market to develop, okay, GUI applications and web applications. Okay, right? GUI applications and web applications. Okay, now. So now, as of now, we have to discuss C sharp.net. Now, C sharp.net. C sharp.net. Okay. C sharp.net is a, okay, it is a language. Is a language. So which type of language? Okay. OOPS language. It is a OOPS language, object-oriented programming structural language. And it is, okay, secure language, and it is belongs to C family, okay, C family. So therefore, okay, almost all C functionalities, C plus functionality used in the C sharp. Okay, and it is used for, okay, develop GUI and web application.